From its inception, this year's festival has been committed to centering issues of race and social justice in the Penn community, to cultivating a broad yet animated conversation that will continue long after these 2 days are over. To speak a bit more like an anthropologist in training, we are hopeful to influence the political culture here at Penn, to render it more open, pliable, and unforgiving in its refusals and demands. To quote one of our installation artists, to render it a little bit less polite. In many ways, this festival is structured as a response to the particular political moment in which we find ourselves. It is a turn of the head to listen a bit more fully to the cries that haunt the social. I can't breathe, hands up, don't shoot. It is a plea to recognize the depth and history of such hauntings, a call for each and every one of us to refuse complicity. After years of what felt like relative public silence around racialized inequality and oppression, we've seen novel moments and social responses emerge from the patchwork of the social that are demanding something better. For some, what's at stake is state recognition. For others, it's the hope that, as Ruha Benjamin aptly phrased it during her recent visit, they may finally enter the category of human once and for all.
I'm an anthropologist. I work with media, I work with communication, I work with qualitative methods. I'm very interested in expanding the frontiers of knowledge production in all the social sciences and humanities, and I'm really excited about using multi-sensorial, collaborative forms of knowledge production. So this is a sort of shape with a set of techniques and frames, but where it goes and what it becomes really depends on what we do together and how we activate the material. It's been a really intense 24 hours where a lot is in the room right now, right? A lot is in the room emotionally, physically, mentally, energetically. We're not going to do massive group therapy right now or any kind of, focus and buzz session to process everything. But hopefully this will be a little taste of processing and a collaborative dynamic processing. What I'd like you to do now is create a group statute based on just the one phrase of your group, okay? So buzz around your feelings, the meanings of the phrase that's in your group, see what you come up with, and try to physicalize it. I'll give you a few minutes to do some work, and then we're going to do show and tell, okay?
How's that feeling?
Me and my niggas tryna get it, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Hit that house, they tell me is you with it, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Home invasion was persuasive. From 9 to 5, I know it's vacant, yeah bitch. Yeah bitch. Dreams of living life like rappers do. Back when condom rappers wasn't cool. I fucked Shireen and went to
and
bro.
I'm going to ask you to strike that again. What do we see? Let's buzz on what we see here.
Brutality.
Power.
Fear. Empowering.
Fear.
Violence.
Intensity.
Vulnerability. Hierarchy.
Tension.
Stratification. Tension. Great. Thanks, guys.
Holly-berry or hallelujah. Pick your poison, tell me what you doing. Everybody go respect the shooter, but the one in front of the gun
thing where we each had to be statues, a collective statue. One is powerful because you have to kind of be a part of something bigger. But it was interesting in some of the groups that didn't announce what they were doing before they did it. So it was one thing to kind of know what someone was interpreting, but it's another thing as, you know, entering certain people's worlds. You don't quite know everything about what they're doing when they're doing it, and having to find out that context, and then checking yourself about what your assumptions were. Like all of these steps that I find in larger processes were present in that moment. For some of the groups that I was kind of like, oh, what are they doing? You know, like hypervisible wasn't exactly like, you know, something about the eyes. But you could kind of read the power once you knew what it was. And everyone was like, oh, like you didn't have people like, what? You know, so kind of reading on that joint context that we have and realizing that we have that, and that, you know, a lot of us have the work that we do and not having that benefit, right? So I think it was just feeding into these larger things that we've learned about, you know, the field, especially in anthropology and social sciences.
Okay, maybe you say your phrase before you start your
Our phrase was more than Martin. You can. Okay, nobody heard you. 2, 3. Oh, I wrote this. That's it. That's it.
Phrases, the crisis is personal, the crisis is political, and this is our statue.
I love that. Beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that.
The crisis is personal, the crisis is political.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The crisis is personal, the crisis is political.
I love that.
The crisis is personal, the crisis is political.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The crisis is personal, the crisis is political.
I love that. Oh, that's beautiful.
Pain and crack lips, gunshots coming from sounds of blackness. Given this game with no time to practice, born on the blacklist. Told I'm below average, a life with no cabbage. That's no money if you from where I'm from. Funny, I just want some of your son. Dark clouds seem to follow me. Alcohol that my pop swallowed bottle me. No apology, I walk with a bold on my